Do you ever feel like fat loss is a never-ending battle? As an entrepreneur, business owner, you're running your business, but you're not too sure what you need to do to get in the best shape of your life, optimize your health, and perform at the highest level every single day. You can ignore this, but I know for a fact you'll continue spinning your wheels, running your business, feeling low on energy, feeling not as productive as you should be, and not getting in the best shape of your life. By the end of this video, I'm going to address 6 essential imperative truths you need to follow if you're a business owner and you want to get in the best shape of your life, lose fat, optimize your health, and perform at the highest level every single day. I'm Lewis. I've been a coach for nearly 10 years, working with over 1,000 plus clients, of which over 100 of them being entrepreneurs, business owners, and high performers. And this is specifically, as I said, to get them in the best shape of their life without disrupting their busy schedules. This has worked for multiple business owners. For example, I had one client who ran an IT consultancy business with over 100 employees spread across the world. He was someone who didn't have much time, but managed to lose a lot of weight, get in the best shape of his life. This has also worked for online business owners as well. For example, I had a client who had a small business. He had a web design agency, and again, he was someone who got in the best shape of his life and actually managed to run a sub 1:30 half marathon while growing the business, while spending most of his hours on the business. So let's delve straight in. As you can see on the screen here, I've got 6 essential truths you need to follow. So I'm going to delve into each one separately and then explain why most entrepreneurs aren't actually telling you this. What I've realized, there are certain traits the best and most successful entrepreneurs follow to successfully synchronize losing weight or getting in the best shape of their life, whatever their physical goal is, while optimizing their health and performance and while growing their business without disrupting the busy schedule too much and taking up too much time out of the day. Okay, so the first truth is you are eating too many calories. You spend all day running the business and most likely sitting at desks, not burning any calories, just like I'm doing now, slightly ironically. But if you're spending most of your day sat at your desk, obviously you're not burning many calories. Most business owners are exactly the same. So I had one client come to me a few years ago who was running a local business in the area up here in Newcastle, and he told me that he wanted to lose a bit of weight and just change his overall body composition and build a little bit of muscle. And I said to him, right, okay, so what does your day-to-day look like? And he said he started going to the gym, but he felt like he wasn't really getting anywhere. He was spinning his wheels a little bit and not seeing the results that he wanted to. And he said he started following a diet which he thought was good. It was more of an intermittent fasting approach, meaning that he was condensing his calorie consumption in a short period of time, short window throughout the day. But because he was someone who was sat at the desk all day, every day, he didn't actually realize that because he wasn't burning many calories, the calories he needed to consume to lose weight were quite low compared to someone who works a manual labor job and is constantly up and around and moving. The consequence of this was that he wasn't burning many calories, he was finding it hard to lose the body fat, and he wasn't actually sure what he needed to do to actually get into the point of getting him to his goal while running the business, while not spending hours doing cardio. And this is so common among most people. I can almost guarantee if you've never tracked your calories, or even if you have tracked your calories from time to time, you are most likely underestimating how many calories you are actually consuming. People underestimate massively the calorie consumption, and it's one of the biggest and main reasons why not just business owners, but anyone cannot lose body fat effectively. And you might be somebody who thinks tracking takes up too much time. When I say tracking, I mean tracking your calories. What I say to all my clients is that the first week or two, we want to religiously track everything so that we know exactly what your calorie consumption is, and then we can make changes where we need to. And then after the first few weeks, you don't need to track every single day, but then we know exactly what your calorie consumption has been, so we can set a target of what to follow to predictably, reliably get you to your goal. So that was the first one. You're eating too many calories. As simple as that. And truth number 2 is you want fat loss, not weight loss. So I had a client who wanted to get in shape but decided to do just cardio. And he thought that because he'd been a runner throughout his life, he thought the whole time that if he wanted to lose weight, he just needed to run. And the reason he came to me was because he didn't really feel like he was in the best shape possible. And while he was running and while doing all the cardio, he would always go on a very low calorie diet. He knew that if he started running more, he went on a low calorie diet, he would lose weight, which that should happen. It's simple calories in versus calories out. But what happened was that he lost a lot of weight, but at what expense? So if you do a lot of cardio, there's only one thing which is going to happen if you're not doing any resistance training. In my client's example, he lost a lot of muscle, as you can imagine. He looked gaunt and ended up gaining the weight back due to it being unsustainable. He would go through periods of 6 to 12 weeks of up in his running, going on a restrictive diet. He dropped maybe 5 to 8 kg, depending on the weight he wanted to get down to, but he actually felt lower in energy. He felt less productive. Yes, he looked a little bit better in terms of having less body fat, but he wasn't doing any resistance training, which meant that he was just looking skinny, quite frankly, and he wasn't in the best shape, and he wasn't confident with the way he looked. So what he really wanted was fat loss, but he didn't want weight loss. What we started doing, as you can imagine, we implemented some resistance training. These were just 3 sessions per week, 30-minute sessions, so he was in and out of the gym. This meant that he was actually building muscle while losing body fat. And when it wasn't at the detriment to his energy, I made sure that he wasn't on a massively restrictive diet, which was impacting his business growth and obviously impacting his day-to-day life. I can almost guarantee 99% of the time you want fat loss, not necessarily weight loss. The third truth is you will eventually plateau. It is inevitable for absolutely everyone, even me, even the fittest people in the world. People often follow extreme diets to lose weight, but as I said, will eventually hit a sticking point. But what then? What do you do then? This is where most people fall off the wagon and they end up going back to where they started, because they might hit a wall, whether they've hit the goal but they want to get to another goal, or they just don't manage to get to their initial goal. They hit a sticking point and they're not too sure what to do to break through the wall. So they lose motivation, they lose interest, and then go back to square one. Satiety, which means your hunger levels will be affected and a new baseline will be set. So how does that work? Well, I had one client come to me, as I just said, he struggled to lose weight, he struggled to lose body fat, who had a goal of getting to a certain weight. He wanted to get down to 80 kg from 90 kg, and he successfully lost 5 to 6 kilos, so he was around 84, 85, but he could not for the life of him push through that. He tried everything. He tried going on different diets, he tried training more, he tried doing all the little tactics and tricks and tips you find online to be able to get down to this 80 kg, but he wasn't too sure why. And he did all this because he thought that's what he had to do. He thought that he just needed to try everything to get to his goal. But what he found is that once he hit that baseline, he didn't know what he needed to do. What had actually happened when he came to me for some help was that we realized his BMR, his new level of calorie expenditure, had changed. So compared to when he was 90 kg, his daily calorie expenditure, I can't remember exactly, but let's just say it was around 2,800. So 2,800 was his calorie expenditure in terms of his BMR and his calorie output from exercise. That meant if he was consuming 2,400 calories every day, he would be in a 400 calorie deficit, which is why he got down to 84 kg. But once he hit 84 kg, that meant 2,400 was then his maintenance calories. So if he kept consuming 2,400 calories because his body had less weight, it meant that he wasn't burning as many calories. It meant he's got a new baseline. So he's only got 2 options, really. Either he has to lower his calories a little bit or up his calorie expenditure. And that's what we found, was that he'd hit a plateau, but he wasn't too sure how to break through it. Once we reset and found his new baseline, we then knew what we needed to manipulate and what strings we need to pull on to actually break through the plateau and get him to his goal of 80 kg. Again, without being at the detriment to his overall energy levels and without disrupting his busy schedule while running the business. So having a plan to understand the best practices of how to push through this barrier without, as I said, compromising your energy, focus and life is essential. Truth number 4 is sustainability is much more important than short-term weight loss or short-term quick fixes. As a business owner, you work more than the average person. This is why things have to be a little different. You have to follow a slightly different protocol. You are constantly in meetings, you're running the team, you're thinking about business all the time, you're wanting to grow your business to get it to the point where you are happy with and getting it to the point where you're just constantly feeling fulfilled by what you do. But you've also got a personal life, whether that's with your family, whether that's with your friends, and you don't want that to be at the detriment of your health and performance and your body. Following extreme diets or spending hours in the gym without any specific data about your health will not be sustainable and will be short-lived, being at the detriment to not only yourself, as I said before, but your business performance as well. This is why I say to all my clients that you can get in the best shape of your life with just 3 workouts per week, 30-minute sessions. Obviously, some clients like to train a little bit more than this. That's absolutely fine. But for 99% of business owners, you can do this. I have a lot of people who inquire about working with me and they'll say they want to get in shape, but they don't want it to be at the detriment of the day-to-day life. They want to optimize their health. They want to perform at the highest level. And I ask them, right, what do you have in mind in terms of time frame? And they say, well, I'd like to give it 6 to 8 weeks and then I want to be at this level. And I say, well, why is that? And they say, well, because I don't want to be waiting too long to be able to do this. I want to do this tomorrow, ideally. And I say, okay, how long does it take you to grow your business? And they say, oh, well, I've been at it years. It took the first few years, I wasn't really getting anywhere. And then I've eventually got it to the point where it is more successful now. And I say, okay, so why do you think that you can put years into your business, but you want to actually get quick results in regards to your health and your body and performance? It's the same as anything. The longer you stay at something which has longevity in mind, something which is sustainable, works around your busy business owner lifestyle, is always going to be something which is going to be best for you. So finding a plan which works specifically for you, which isn't disrupting your overall day-to-day life and business growth, is going to be something which is going to get you to your goal, not just quicker, but also have that longevity in mind. Truth 5 is business owners need a reliable system which works specifically for them around their day-to-day life and business. Relying on general advice or seeing a local personal trainer or therapist every now and again will not work for people like you. You wouldn't rely on cookie cutter advice to run your business, so why do it with your body health and performance? So if you think about it, most people will see the local PT or follow a general training program or maybe see a therapist if they're wanting to de-stress or offload whatever it is they want to offload, and they feel this will work for them if they're a business owner. And what I find is that it doesn't. You have a much more hectic lifestyle in terms of you're constantly thinking about running the business. But if you're trying to think about your health, your body and performance as well, something is inevitably going to go. There has to be a reliable system to follow where you outsource it to someone else, just like you would an employee running your business, so that they can take care of that in the minimal time possible without disrupting your busy schedule. And this is why, and I've said it before in other videos, I use a 5-step data-driven process with all of my clients, which covers all areas. The areas I cover, if you don't already know, is a health analysis, a full comprehensive health analysis, so we know exactly what your biomarkers are, and we have a foundation to set. Number 2 is training, pretty self-explanatory. Number 3 is nutrition, again, pretty self-explanatory. For example, teaming up with a meal prep company. So it's completely done for you. You don't need to think about it. That is all set up and delivered to your door or business so that you don't need to think about your food. Number 4 is recovery and sleep, optimizing your sleep so that we know exactly what the metrics are, night by night, day by day, how you're recovering, how you're performing, and we know what strings we need to pull again so that you can feel recovered, feel refreshed, feel energized, focused, productive every single day, which of course is going to lead to more growth in your business and feeling better, feeling healthier, and being able to get in great shape. And number 5 is lifestyle. I always say number 5 is almost like an accumulation of the previous 4. So it's like the health analysis, the training, the nutrition, and the recovery all into one. Also including things like mindfulness and stress relief practices as well. But it's almost making sure the previous 4 cohesively working together, which will lead to a successful lifestyle. And truth number 6 is you have to be in it for the long term. This goes back to the sustainability aspect, but getting in the best shape of your life, performing at the highest level each day, and optimizing your health do not happen overnight. 12 weeks is a time frame I use with my clients to make significant change, which they can do so. But in reality, what happens after the initial 12 weeks is much more important. I'm assuming as a busy business owner, you want to look great, feel great, and be great for the long term, not just a couple of weeks. It's not going to take you a few weeks or months to grow your business, so why do you think this would happen with your body health and performance? So those are the 6 harsh truths you need to follow as a busy business owner. How would you feel if you could outsource all of this, your body health and performance, so that you can get in the best shape of your life, perform at the highest level each and every day, optimizing your health without disrupting your busy schedule? Just imagine how that would look. Just imagine it in your head for a second. How would you look if you're in the best shape of your life, realistically? How would you feel if you would completely optimize your health every single day? And what would your performance of your business look like if you optimized your performance so that you're performing at the highest level every single day? Just imagine for a second how that would look. If you're not too sure of the exact problem which is affecting your body health and performance, head to the link in the description. You can follow a really simple, quick and easy body health and performance free quiz. It'll only take you a couple of minutes to fill in, and it'll give you a full analysis of your current situation and where you need to improve.